Hello, I am Tammy Davis, and I'm really happy to have you join me today. So, I have one question for you, and that is, how is your digestion? I know that probably seems rather strange to be asked, especially in a video, because you really can't answer me, but the question is one for you to think about. Because unless you have been, and I'm going to say it, in a small portion of the population, you are going to have a digestive disturbance somehow. There is a dysfunction. And granted, there may not be any evidence of it. The bowel movements may be fine. You may not have indigestion. We can go through all of those, and you could say, well, I'm okay. To which I really couldn't debate, especially if you're taking enzymes and probiotics and fiber, and you've got all of these really, really beneficial tools available to you. But the thing is first of all, digestive wellness is a very special topic for me since I've taught it in the past. And having done all of the degree of research that I've conducted on stress and the evidence that I've gathered and compiled in my newest program, it's fair to say that we are not assimilating our nutrients on a cell level. That's really the crux of it. So the digestive part is imperative, and digestive wellness is a very important tool as a practice. And that's what I'm bringing to you here today, is to introduce you to a free 8-step program that takes place over 2 weeks that really guides you into helping your body begin to assimilate nutrients on a cellular level. Like I said, through this evidence-based research that I have, most of us are living in a chronic state of fight or flight, which prompts endocrine issues, imbalance, immune responses, and ultimately the decline in health. And so this digestive wellness challenge that I'm launching is a very good tool that you could add to what you currently do, because otherwise, you're just never going to break free from the cycle of disease management, regardless of where you are on that. Whether it's just the decline in health, whether it's weight issues, whether you truly are living with a health issue, you're not going to be able to break free from that unless you take these steps. And I don't mean that to sound egotistical. I promise you, it's just information that's not necessarily, hasn't readily been available to us, but it's very important. The reason I went down this rabbit hole, if you will, is because it has been my drive to get to the root of the issue. And I feel like we know what it is. The root core is stress, but it's not stress as we are currently relating to it. It's actually stress in the way the body is responding to the world around it. And what ultimately happens is it ends up in this vicious cycle, not unlike a loop in a software program. When I was a kid, I got involved with computers and writing software programs, and had become very familiar with the language. And it's very easy to miswrite a program, and then the software gets stuck. Well, this is not unlike the human body when it comes to our genetics. And in this stress cycle, that's exactly what that is. And there are ways to actually break free from that and rewrite that program. And this digestive wellness challenge is offering you that. That, in addition to the current tools that you are already using, would be really a very powerful foundation for you. And keep in mind, in the program that I'm presenting to you, at no point in time do I make any supplement or nutritional suggestions. There's no external cost. It's all about you and the time that you devote to improving your health. That's the extent of it. And as well as being involved with me, you're always welcome to be in touch with me. But having said that, like I mentioned, we're not breaking the nutrients down on a cell level. And the nutrients that I'm referring to as far as breaking down is really the macronutrients. And what I find very compelling is that our culture really is afraid of our macronutrients. Some people are afraid of the proteins, and some people are deathly afraid of carbohydrates, and there's even more people who are deathly afraid of fats. And we know this because there's products out there who are out there blocking carbohydrates and fats. This is very detrimental to the body. I've said this before, and I really mean this. It's very harmful to the body because those macronutrients are absolutely necessary for, yes, for energy and tissue development. As we know, proteins go towards muscle development, but carbohydrates and fats are also used for tissue development, and primarily even with hormones. Additionally, proteins are used for every enzymatic process in the body. So that said, such proteins as casein, that's actually needed for sleep, for the sleep cycle. So the fact that we're actually trying to cut casein out of the diet doesn't make sense to me. So this is where I'm coming from. It's like really helping the body break these macronutrients down so that we no longer trigger an immune response and then offset whatever other genetic imbalances there are. Or trigger other genetic imbalances. That's another way to say it. The micronutrients aren't necessarily a problem. They are cofactors on a cell level. And the interesting thing is that we will pump. We push and push and push and push and push and push. And did I mention we push micronutrients to the nth degree? Take them, take them, take them. Take your multivitamins. If you take a superfood, you're going to have your micronutrients in there. I mean, we are pummeling our bodies with micronutrients. Some of them are fat soluble, which, believe it or not, folks, is toxic to the body. So, and then if you get too much vitamin C, you end up with diarrhea, or at least very loose bowel movements. If you get too many vitamin Bs, well, that's just flushed. Vitamin Bs are water soluble, and the body will only use what it needs, and then it'll urinate the rest away. So the micronutrients aren't our problem. It's the macronutrients, and we need to get the macronutrients in. So my digestive wellness challenge is to actually help you break down and actually utilize those macronutrients and so much more. So that's my challenge. I wish you would join me because I really know that you will benefit from it. And like I said, throughout the process, you're always welcome to be in touch with me. I'm happy to answer your questions and kind of give you some guidance from time to time. So check it out. Description box below contains the links, and I hope to see you on the other side. Until then, be well.